Drop a like and do share. Leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe for more videos.
Welcome back to Edupedia World Videos. Thanks for joining me in lesson 7.1, Quantifiers and Objects. In this lesson, I will show you the role of quantifiers in objects because it is quite unique when it comes to Chinese grammar. So I will spend some time explaining it. Then I will give some objects as examples for how to use quantifiers. Okay, first up, when you ask for water, let's say you say, give me some water. At this point, you would be puzzled, like saying, water? What do you need it for? And how much do you need? It can be a glass of water. You just want to drink it on your own. Or you might want a bottle of water because you want to serve it to your guests. Or you just want a bucket of water to clean the floor, let's say. So in that sense, you have quantifiers in English to quantify the amount of water you need. So here the example, like there's a glass, so you say a glass of water. And this is the Chinese words for a glass of water. And then there's a bottle of water. This is the Chinese words for a bottle of water. And this is the bucket of water, and this is the Chinese words. And you can see the number 1 here, just saying that this is like 1, saying the quantity as 1. And then you can see the words at the back is all the same because it is water. Okay, and what is differing is just the middle part, which tells you the container of the water. So in this case, glass or cup, or this one bottle, and then this one bucket. So the words in the middle are called quantifier. Okay, so you understand when it comes to water, in this context, you need a quantifier to quantify the water you need. Okay, but in Chinese, we have quantifiers for everything else, like a group of people, a client, a person. Okay, so for example, a group of people, because you need to tell people that there's how many people are there. When we say a photographer, the underlying word is photographer. But between the number 1, which is the quantity, and the object, and in this case, the photographer, we have something in between. And that is called the quantifier for this person. Okay? And this quantifier is usually used for a person's occupation. And in other case, we have a quantifier for a person as well, but we call it in a more respectable way. So in this case, we use another word to indicate the respectable person when it comes to quantifier. It is different from the quantifier for the occupation here. Okay, if you just want to say just a person, there is another quantifier for it. It's just that it is in varying degrees of respectability and also the other attributions that we are giving to it. It may sound confusing for now, but as we go along, you'll have a clearer picture. But these are the examples of the usage of quantifiers in Chinese. Okay, So here I'm going to give an example of how we use a quantifier. So in this case, I just want to say this sentence, this is a book. So in Chinese, we say 这是一本书. Okay, so you have known these first three words. Okay, we have covered it previously. It's just that we do not know the last two words. Okay, so 书 is book and 本 is a quantifier for book-like stuff. For example, magazines, novel, a guidebook, anything that's like a book, then we use this quantifier before we talk about the object. So 书, book, the radical is this, the arrangement is simple. And now I'm going to show you how to write the word 书. One, two, three, and four. 4 strokes for this word. Okay. The next one is 本. The radical is this one. If you remember, this is wood, and the arrangement is simple. Okay. And here's how I write 本. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 本. And as I said, the word 本 can be used in other book-like stuff. The other example here is a passport. So when we say a passport, we say 一本护照. Okay, so here are the two new words. 护, it has its own meaning, but for now I'm just going to introduce the word 护照 for you, so I'm not going to put any meaning here for now. And the radical is this one. The arrangement is horizontal with these two components. So here is how I write 护. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 护. Okay. The next one is 照. Again, this has other meanings, but I'm not gonna put anything here for now. And the radical is this one, what's at the bottom here, and the arrangement is complex, because if you really want to decipher it, it has top and bottom part, and the bottom part is the radical, and within this top part you have horizontal arrangement with this component and the other component, and on the right side you have top and bottom component. So I would say the arrangement is complex. So this is how I write it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so if you have practiced this on your own, you might have noticed that you have to have certain spatial planning in your mind as you are writing it. It may seem difficult at first, but as you practice more and more and write more and more, you will be more familiar with writing in Chinese. Okay? Okay, so passport is 护照 in Mandarin. Okay, here is another example of a quantifier, and this quantifier is for pen. Okay, so the example here I'm going to show you is I have a pen. So the way to speak I have a pen in Mandarin is 我有一支笔. Okay, there are several new words here, so I will go through it one by one. So you have learned that 我 is I or me, and this one word here 有 is has or have. Okay, and the radical is what at the bottom right corner there, and the arrangement is simple. Okay, here's how I write 有. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 有. Okay, and you know this word already. This is 1, and this is a quantifier. 知, it is used for pen-like stuff, so you'll encounter more examples of it in the future. And the radical is itself, and the arrangement is simple. So this is how I write 知. 1, 2, 3, 4. 知. Okay, the last word is pen. Okay, it is 笔. The radical is what's on top there, and the arrangement is vertical. So you have the top component and the bottom part. Okay, here's how we write 笔. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and here are the other examples that would use the quantifier 知. These are just a number of other pen-like stuff that I told you. So the first one is pencil. In Mandarin, it's 一支铅笔. Okay, the new word here, it means lead, but it has nothing to do with lead, but it's just there to combine with 笔, 铅笔, to mean pencil. Okay, the radical is what's here, and this radical is usually used for metal-like stuff. So lead is metals, so it uses this. And in previous example, you have seen money that uses this radical. So you know, money is usually made by metal, like in the past gold. So money has this kind of radical. And the arrangement is horizontal because it has the left and right component. Okay, and another example that uses 知 as quantifier is a Chinese brush. Okay, so in case you don't know what a Chinese brush is, so it is this thing here. So we use this to write calligraphy. Okay, and in Chinese it is known as 毛笔. Okay, so 毛 means fur because the tip of it is made of animal furs like wolf. Okay, and this is a pinyin, and the radical is itself, and the arrangement is simple. Okay, I will get rid of this picture. Okay, this is how you write the word 千. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so that's the word 千. And this is how I write Mao. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Mao. Okay, this will be the last example of a quantifier. And the sample sentence I have here is I have an apple. Okay, in Mandarin it is 我有一颗苹果. Okay, and the last three words are the new characters for you. So I will explain it one by one. So this one, 颗, is a quantifier. It's a specific quantifier for fruits. Okay, this is a pinyin 颗, and the radical is what's on the right hand side, and the arrangement is horizontal with left and right component. Okay, so this is how I write 颗. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 14. Okay, again, it's a bit ugly, but just pay attention to the order of strokes. Alright? Okay. The last two characters together, they mean apple. 苹果. So the first character here, the pinyin is here. It doesn't really have a meaning on its own, so I'm not writing anything here. And the radical is what's on top here. Okay, and the arrangement is vertical because it has the top component and also the bottom component here. Okay, so this is how I write ping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is the word ping. And finally, this is 果, which means fruit in general, but usually it needs to combine with another word to have a meaning. Okay, this is the pinyin, and the radical is what's at the bottom here, and the arrangement is simple. Okay, so here's how I write 果, and it would be very similar to how you write this, but I'm showing you this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 果. Okay? So here are the other examples that uses 颗 as quantifier. So here they are just fruits. So the first example I have here is orange. And as you can see here, 一颗橙, the only word that you don't know is this word, 橙. So it means orange. The radical is this one, and the arrangement is horizontal with the radical here on the left and also what's on the right component here. Okay, so this is how you write 橙. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 14, 16, 17. Okay, 17 strokes for this one. I believe that's the word with the most strokes that you have learned for now. Okay, there will be more in the future. And then the other example I have here is a pineapple. So in Mandarin it's 一颗凤梨. Okay, 凤梨 is pineapple. So 凤, it actually means phoenix, and here's the pinyin. And the radical is what's wrapping outside, and the arrangement is enclosure because it's wrapping what's inside it. Okay, so here's how I write 凤. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 strokes. It means 凤, phoenix. Okay, and the next one is 梨. It means pear. Okay, the radical is what's at the bottom here. The arrangement is complex because, as you can see, it has the top component and the bottom component of the radical, but at the top component it has the left and right component here. Okay, so here's how I write pear, 梨. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 梨. Now here's another example. The sentence that I want to show you is she has 2 pears. 她要2颗梨. I know that you know the word 2, but instead of 2 that you usually use for 2, we use this word instead, 2. I will explain to you later. So 2 it also means 2, and this is the pinyin, and then the radical is just what's on top of it. The arrangement is simple. So here's how you write 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2. Okay, as you can see here, I'm just making a note here. The object does not indicate the quantity. Okay, unlike English, you have to say pairs instead of pair because pairs indicate more than one quantity. Okay, although we are saying more than one pair, the word here still looks the same. Okay, it doesn't have any change in form. So pair is still pair. Okay, and the word 2 is used before the quantifier. Okay, this is the case for 2 only. For other numbers like 1, 3, 4, they still remain the same when it is used before the quantifier. Okay, but when it comes to, for example, 12, 22, 33, if you can remember, this is 12, 22, 32. But when it's used before the quantifier, we still use 2 instead of 2. So just a reminder, 2 is a substitute for 2 that is used before the quantifier. Like in this example, 2颗梨. Okay? Here are all the words that you have learned. And this will be a good revision before you go on to the next lesson, which is exercise. So the important word here is perhaps 量. Okay, because this will be used more frequently in the future. Okay, and don't forget these are all the items that you have learned, and also you have learned the quantifiers for these items. Okay, so thank you, and next video will be exercise, so please do revision of the previous lesson and as well as this lesson. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. 谢谢，再见。